Hi guys, welcome to Hidden Springs Homestead. Today, because we heat our house sometimes in the wintertime with a little bit of wood heat. So one of the things we need to do is some preventative maintenance on this stove. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this gasket. And we're going to pull the thing out. And we're going to show you how we do that. This is my first time doing it, so welcome to the club of trying to figure it out on the fly. So first thing, we're going to pull the old gasket out. This thing's been in here for a while. We bought this stove used, so yeah. So who knows how old this gasket really is? It is not coming out well. So this stove is an Osburn. It's a Canadian company. Like I said, we bought this stove used. Whew. It's not wanting to come out well. Yeah, the old cement is just flaking off with the fiberglass is just shredding it. It's not coming out at all. So this stove, I don't remember the year that this thing is, but obviously it's pretty old. We've had this stove for about, I think this is our third winter with it. We haven't burned much this year. Just been so busy, working so much overtime. Alright, well, I'm not going to bore you guys. I'll pause this while I get the rest of this gasket out. And we'll come back and we'll show you what I do to clean out the groove. Alright guys, so we got it all out. That gasket is very old. As you can see, it just falls apart. So, and that would also be explained why the last time when we burned it, I was having a hard time controlling the temperature. So now what I'm going to do is I got a drill with a wire wheel, and we're just going to wire wheel out this to clean it out. So. it's looking pretty good. All right. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to get a wet rag, which of course I forgot. So I'm going to have to pause the video again. We need to go get a wet rag. What we're going to do is we're going to wet this area in here. One, it's going to clean out all the dust and grime we just kicked out. But then we're also going to wet down our new gasket. So we will get a wet rag, and I'll be right back. All right, got our wash rag. I'm kind of rotating around to make sure I got clean rag, because this is a dirty mess. Okay, there's creosote, all sorts of stuff in here. All right, now we take your new cement. Now there's a line on here. You can't see it on the camera, but there's a line on these Rutland brands gasket kits, and that's the line you cut on. Now, you're supposed to knead it ahead of time, which I did off camera, so. I need 2 hands for this. Takes a good bit of strength to put that on. I need to cut a little bit lower. Whoa! Well, we just had a mess. Let's see. Well, I never said it was going to be perfect. This is getting everywhere. Should have worn some medical gloves. All right, I want to tidy this up a little bit, and I will be right back. All right, guys, now we're going to take our new gasket. We're going to fit it in the slot here. Now, the old gasket started over here, and I assume that's the original gasket, so we're going to start over there as well. And if nothing else, do exactly what the factory did. We're going to feed it in. Definitely a little bit messier than I expected. Now these gaskets come in different sizes, so you got to make sure you get the right size, or else they're not going to fit. Lengthwise doesn't matter, you can cut it, but widthwise you need to get the right size. I looked on the manufacturer's website, and so that's how I figured it out. Because all these wood stoves, I mean, parts, you can buy parts online pretty easily. Alrighty. Alright, I've hit the end. Cut it off. Alright. Now. I'm going to close it for a little bit. And that's going to seal it. And we're going to let it sit there for a minute and let all the cement kind of ooze into the gasket and kind of get everywhere that it's supposed to be. Now this kit was pretty cheap. I think it was like 20 bucks at Tractor Supply. Ace has them as well, but Ace didn't have the size that I needed. I needed a 1/2 inch for this particular stove. All right. Make sure my corners are good. All right, next thing's next. All right, next thing, guys, we're going to start a small fire in this. I'm not going to bother showing you that. But per the instructions, you start a small fire. I mean, small, and you're going to have to feed it for a while. So we got tons of sticks. Basically, we just pick up the sticks out of the yard so the mower doesn't hit it. And that's what we end up putting in here. And we'll feed that for an hour. And then you can go and start adding bigger stuff. And then eventually you want to have at least 500-degree burn for an hour as well. So small fire, you don't want to overfire it. Let this thing start to cure for about an hour, and then after that, slowly build it up until you got a full-size fire, and then you are good to go. But it needs to cure the small fire, then the larger fire for at least an hour. So remember that, guys. Thanks for joining us. I know this wasn't the greatest. It was kind of just flying by the seat of our pants trying to figure this out with you guys, just showing you, it's not all sunshine and rainbows here. Sometimes things get messy. But thank you for joining us. As always, God bless you guys.